Hey, what's going on YouTube? Kenny here, and today I am starting a series called Just One Trade. So as Zoolander did just one look and he got that cold steel, was it Magnum or cold steel, guys? I forget. Well, his one look just dominated the fashion scene. In the same way, I think, especially for new traders, and I think there's a lot of new traders now because of just the demographics and just the way the stock market was this year. I found out, the hard way a long time ago when I was focusing on too many things. It's taking too many trades. Plus, before you have $25,000 in your account, and I know you know, that you can only take 3 trades a week unless you mess around and do other kind of weird shenanigans. But you get the point. Anyways, this is going to be a series dedicated to just that one trade, and I'll just kind of go over some macro events and any important news that I find to kind of latch onto that. So without further ado, the one trade for today. Well, actually, not without further ado. The first thing I want to talk about is this curve. So, as you can see right here, this is the actual S&P this year. And so far, it is matching this little trough right here that we usually get on the 15th. And today, as you know, we did rally. So the Santa Claus rally is alive and well. So don't be scared, my friends. Don't be scared. Okay, so what are we trading today? I already have it in the description probably because I don't hold that from you, but I'm looking at Tattoo Chef. And why am I looking at that? Well, first, we got a nice little negative 5.38% decline today. Excuse me. And not only that, a couple things. Okay, so one, it looks like a cup and handle is forming, right? You say, oh, whatever. This is totally a cup and handle, guys. Looks just like that. But really, two targets, right? So the first one is right here. Hold on, let's just crash this music. All right, so the first one is right here. Right here at about 1883, and then the second one here at about 1726, and I'll tell you why in a second. But let's just kind of go over Tattoo Chef and why I think we should be taking a look at it. So there's a lot of other folks who've done technical and fundamental analysis on it, so I'll just briefly go over it just to show you where it's at in its kind of life cycle. So obviously over here it IPO'd, and then we get this and this. It didn't really, it did crash a little bit. It didn't get the the back end IPO. If it would have IPO'd here, it probably would have did this, right, guys? So, but anyways, let's kind of take you through some of this. If you will. So the first thing I want to go through is, okay, so on TipRix it's showing outperform, but that's just simply usually, again, if you watch my channel, we know that TipRanks likes to overweight the technicals. But generally it's pretty clear throughout. There's not really a lot of trading here in terms of insider trading, but let's take a look at what the analyst says. There's only 2 analysts providing coverage, and that's kind of a big deal because this is what I'm going to suggest right now. So there is an investor day coming up, which will be the first time they get to talk about some things. So there's a positive catalyst on the backside coming up. So here's another deal. Well, first of all, some warning signs. It is trading at high earnings multiple, and it also has poor earnings and cash flow that may result in dividend cuts. We don't care about dividend cuts. As a matter of fact, we only care about this week or maybe 2 weeks max on this trade. So that's what we're looking at. So in terms of news, again, I am a sentiment, not sentiment as you all think about it. This is loosely sentiment. I literally quantify news based on my own algorithm that I work through. And one of the things that I do look at is how many news articles are out, right, in a period ending. And then I also, look at a lot of I ingest a lot of data from different sources to make some determinations. It doesn't always work that way. I'm very discretionary about some of the ways that I put this together. But just know that when there's very little news here and very little news here, November 17th was the news, obviously, because they initiated it, right? So, but since then, not a single news article really has piqued anybody's interest. That's a good thing. That's like a quiet lull, a consolidation period, if you will, right? Here's another thing. There's only 7% institutional ownership, meaning 93% of this is retail money. That's in this stock, right? That's a big deal because what we're looking for is that to change over. Even if 10% of institutions start working towards it, that'll definitely boost the stock. Third, if you look at this, you got this guy, you got this guy, you got this guy. It's all over YouTube. And I'm not suggesting that YouTube folks have enough money to drive the price of a stock, especially at, what's the market cap here? At 1.2 billion. Unlikely that we have that much money here. What's the float actually? Hold on. $20 million. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not unlikely that we have 20 million. Depends. Okay, it really depends. But there's a lot of sentiment. In fact, I'm going to show you my algorithm that I use to really figure this out. So here's the algorithm, and like let me explain this algorithm to you. Oh, I can't. It's not supported. But basically, Charlie from Zip Trader, plus Meet Kevin recommending it, plus Jeremy recommend it equals moonshot, right? So he just recommended it. You know what happens when he recommends stocks? They generally go down. You know why, right? Because again, institutional money, which there's not much of, but all those big owners, they see the spike in the stock when it gets recommended, and they're like, "Why is it spiking?" Because they don't watch YouTube, so they sell because they're like, "Screw that, I'm going to get my money." Okay, so here's what we need to do: we need to wait. If you're really anxious, if you want to try to get a trade tomorrow, we're going to start catching falling knives, people. I don't think we're going to. If it recovers right here, no trade, folks. Can't get that trade. It's not going to happen. If it goes sideways, fine, we'll wait. I think the first position right here, if you're taking, so I'm going to break this up into two positions. This first position is probably like a 30% of my size, right? And then once it falls to here, this is where I take the bulk of my size. This is where like even fundamentals are good, and I can hold on for even months and be very comfortable with it, right? So 70% of my, that's a nice 7, huh? 70% of my buy will be here, and 30% here at 1875, and then one at 17 and a quarter. So if it is indeed a cup and handle, I think if we get a sharp bounce here during the day, I'm in and out in a day, right? So if it pulls back tomorrow on open, flushes when the volume comes in, I'll get out over here for whatever I can get out with, right? One day. Intraday, if you will. Second piece, if it does not, if it gets to here or kind of blingers around, I buy it and it goes sideways, I hold. Once we get to here, I buy here, and then we're looking at a probably 1 month hold. And what we'll do is we'll take it all the way back up to here and sell on this because we're going to double, triple top. And I know if it busts through, it might have a lot of upside, but I don't care because we're just looking for profitable trades, high percentage wins, profitable trades. Point is, this is likely a very profitable trade in terms of win percentage. There's a lot of things going for this company. So, again, do your own due diligence, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor and stuff. Matter of fact, play that. The point is, with a lot of sentiment going around, there's a lot of smart folks. And, for what it's worth, if you think Kramer's a bozo and Meet Kevin's a bozo and Jeremy's a bozo, everybody's got their little things, right? But these guys are all just analysts, really. Just because they're on YouTube doesn't mean they're not analysts. And they're making this call, and they generally have, if you back test kind of their profitability, whether you want to attribute that to whatever it is you want to attribute that to, they have a pretty good accuracy rate. Go ahead and back test it yourself, but or if you're interested, maybe I'll share some of that with you. But the point is, we still have these 2 points. So even if you got in here, I'd be pretty comfortable suggesting that you could get, 7%, but over a long time, because I think it's going to get choppy and come back down. If it does cup and handle, it's going to get all the way down to here, which is, 25% if we exit out up in here, right? So, and then if you put call options on there, just some naked options, we could definitely leverage that time wise, and then get out when the getting's good. So that's my trade for tomorrow. So far since I started this channel, the trades have not been going so well, just to be clear. But that's not deterministic to my overall trading design or strategy. But this one, I'm generally pretty happy with the way this one looks, and I'm willing to take the setup if it comes. Again, if it just takes off from here, no trade. If it goes sideways, no trade. It needs to pull back from here. It's at 1940 into the after hours. It's holding steady, hoping for a flush down to at least 1875 so we can get our first position. If it doesn't, no trade. If it gets to 17 and a quarter, we get a full position, and then we just ride all the way up to 21, where we should get a triple top. So that's my, but I know what you're saying. Kenny, if it does cup and handle, it's going to take off. Yeah, I know. You can hold it. Feel free, but that's not my trading strategy. So the way I design my trades, I'm going to go ahead and get out, even if it's only 50% risk. Oh, well, you could take off some of your position and let it ride. Don't care. That's your strategy, not mine. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this thing, go ahead and hit some buttons, and then so you can know to come back for more and stuff like that. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I really appreciate you. Oh, see you tomorrow.